for keeping it daybreak this morning. Of course, each and every Thursday, this is when we take you to the kitchen and get to understand 1, 2, 3 things about how to spice up our cooking. And we have chefs who know what to do and take us around the kitchen. And I have in display here, I was almost just starting to eat what I'm seeing, but ninaambiwa it's not cooked yet, so I'll have to wait until like after 1 hour. My name is Safina Chiengoma. I'm standing in for Willis Raburu today in the kitchen. With me, I have Chef Ursula. Yes. Ursula Bakhita. I hope I got it right.
You did.
All right, all right. So I just want to give you a chance to tell us a bit about what we are going to be preparing today.
All right. Thank you so much. My name is Ursula Bakhita from Ursula's Essence. What you're going to prepare today is a simple meal. What I have is a creamed turkey, and then we want to make it with some cheese creamed broccolis, and then oily chilled noodles. That is going to be our meal today. Yes.
Is it as yummy as it sounds?
Trust me, you'll tell me.
All right.
You will.
I am here. My job actually here is very simple.
I know.
Mimi nangoja tu kuonja. The tail end.
That's the most important thing about it.
Indeed, indeed. And I'm beginning to enjoy this job already.
Okay.
But in between, of course, I'll be helping to understand a few things about what you're doing.
All right.
And I just want us to start straight away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to start with, we want to boil our turkey for 10 minutes. And to do that, I'm just going to start off by putting on my fire.
Okay.
Anytime you're cooking, make sure your fire is in the heat or mode that you want it, so that your food doesn't burn or it doesn't cook slowly, however you want it. So you keep controlling that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to boil our turkey for about 10 minutes. Sorry about that.
Right, so it depends with the food that you're preparing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So I'll just add a little water to that.
Kidogo, not dhufu.
No. Just a little. And then what I want to do, I want to kind of flavor it so that as it boils, it gets all the essence of different kinds of spices. So I'll start by adding spring onions. So I'll add spring onions to it. I have different types of spices. So I'll do the chicken spice. I love using aromat because it's flavored salt. So I'll add aromat, and then I'll add ginger, I'll add garlic, and some meat tenderizer. So that it does that too
soft.
Yes.
Ah, great.
And then it also
so you just put it all together.
Well.
There's no procedure or method.
You just put that all together.
Okay. So 10 minutes?
10 minutes, it will be fine.
All right.
It will come to what I want it to be. So that's...
All right. So
and then as that gets to happen, I love doing something I call dovetailing. Dovetailing is basically, as something cooks, do something else.
Right.
Do not waste time.
So you multitask?
Yes, you have to multitask. Okay. You have to try to see how you go about with your time in the kitchen. So I'll start by doing the gravy for this, the creamy gravy for the turkey.
All right. So Chef, before you do that, allow me to just tell us a bit about the ingredients you have, you're going to use for people to understand, in case somebody is interested in making this meal. Okay. What do you have? What is needed?
What I have here for everything that I'm going to make, I have spring onions, I have basil, fresh basil. As you can see, I didn't cut the basil. I'm using them as whole. The reason being, if you cut basil, as you cut through it, they turn brown.
So this is the basil.
Yes, this is the basil. So it's in whole. No, it's not boga. It's not boga. This is a herb.
Okay.
So I won't cut it. I'll use it as whole, because as you cut, it normally happens that it turns brown. So you want to avoid that, because I want my food to have this color. I don't want it to have, you know, the way you put danias and then you cook and then they come brown while it's supposed to be a garnish. So that is what my basil is going to do. I don't want to cut it. I'll use it as whole. And then I have yellow and red bell peppers, commonly known as hohos, for those who have no idea. And then I have tomatoes. I have butter. I have white and black pepper. I have flavored salt, my aromat. I have cheese. This is cheddar cheese. And then I have cubes of different flavors. I have coconut powder. I have peanut butter.
So one thing, I'm seeing something here.
Oh yes, that is dry thyme.
Oh, okay.
Dry thyme. So you can use either dry or fresh thyme. But in this case, I want to use dry thyme. And then I have peanut butter. If you do not have peanut butter, you can use ile peanut ya kusiagwa, the one that looks like unga sort of.
Okay.
Yes, you can use that.
The powder.
Yes, the powdered one. That one.
Ah, okay.
The one normally people use it to fry beans and green grams and all that.
And some vegetables. Those are kienyeji.
Very much so. And then I have seasoned herbs. I have my cooking cream. There's milk, the normal milk we know, and then I have coconut milk. I have my oil, and then this is tomato paste. My broccoli here. When I say broccoli, I mean broccoli.
Broccoli, yeah.
Yes, my broccoli here, and then different types of spices. My noodles. And that's basil.
All right. So
this is all I'm going to use to prepare everything. Okay.
So why do you have the creams? You have the normal milk, you have coconut cream, and the other cream, and again, coconut powder. Why do you have that? All that? Why do you need all that?
Remember this? I named it as creamy broccoli. So I want that broccoli, instead of using cauliflower, someone would want to use cauliflower. But cauliflower has a tendency of making lumps as you fry it. So to avoid that, I sorted for using different types of cream to give me the heaviness and the thickness that I want. So it's going to help me bring out that the way I want it to come out.
Okay, so
yes,
we get to it.
So we'll start by making, remember this is already on boiling. It's boiling. So we'll start by making the gravy to this.
That is turkey, in case anyone is asking.
Oh, yeah.
Nyama iko wapi, you know. Is it just going to be a vegetarian meal? No, we are making turkey today. Looking forward.
Thank you. I'll add a little oil and let it cook a little bit.
So that is just the normal oil?
Yes, it is the normal oil. The people who have issues with the normal oil because of cholesterol, because of the cholesterol in it, but now you can use olive oil. The only problem is it's not something that is easily available for everyone, you know. So whatever is available for you, you can use it. Always in the kitchen, there's an option too. For anything, there's always an option too. So I'm letting my oil to cook. Once it cooks, and then I'm going to add my onions and basil and then fry them together. Once they are a bit fried, so if you want your onions to turn brown faster, the trick to it is you add cubes. You see, you'll want to take time and let it, you add cubes to it so that it makes it brown a little bit faster. And also, if you don't want it to burn, you add salt.
Oh, just to the oil?
Of salt. No, not to the onions. Just to the onions. Of salt so that you have it golden, you don't have it burnt.
Ah, so the golden brown. Those are golden brown.
The golden brown.
How to achieve the golden brown
exactly.
effect?
Yes.
All right.
So you don't want to have some black spots in your food, and you're wondering what is not happening. Is it some fly that got in? No. Just make sure you cook your onions golden brown, and I want to activate that by using cubes to make it golden brown faster. But anyway, there are people who don't love onions being brown. They just love them white. It's still okay.
So it depends with what you want.
Yes, it depends with what you want. So your cooking is an art that you can actually do everything by yourself.
All right.
So
I see I'm learning very fast.
Oh, please do.
I hope I'll make a meal as great as you will at the end of this. But siko vibaya sana. I try.
I like.
I try. So tell us a bit about yourself, Chef, as you do that.
So as I said, my name is Ursula Bakhita. I run a company known as Ursula's Essence. We're an events company. What we do is we provide food and catering to different kinds of events. We bake, and we also do deco for different kinds of events. So that is basically what I do. You know, after COVID hit, everyone went into business or trying to figure out something small that you can do for yourself, since most companies are laying people off. So this is what I resorted to do. But before, I was in hotels. I've been blessed to work in good hotels before. So I think I'm trying to bring what I learned there here.
Here, okay. Yes. So this is your daily hustle. So is there like a way, as you do that, just tell me, how do you measure what is needed for this specific meal?
For anyone who's new or learning, the first thing I think I was taught in school was measuring every single thing you are using. You see, as years goes by, because I have 12 years in this now, so as years goes by, it's something that it's in you and you get used to it. So what happens? I know this is going to be enough. I know this is going to. But if you're learning,
no quarter to
a
pinch.
Please have your what? Have your measuring cups and spoons so that you have the correct measurement to eat. Don't usitumie macho. Macho achia those who've been used to eat for a while now.
All right.
So I'm going to add my basil.
Okay.
So that they fry together.
As our turkey continues to boil.
Yes.
You said 10 minutes?
Continues to boil. 10 minutes is enough for it because then again we're going to shallow fry it in oil.
Okay.
So you don't need to cook it that much because what will happen to it, remember I put some meat tenderizer. So if you boil it too much, the skin will start peeling off. And I don't think that is what you'd want.
Okay. So I see you have like 3 stations here. Is there anything else we'll be preparing on the other?
So the reason that's why I have 3 stations is because I wanted to cook things at the same time, so that ziende zikiva, to save on time.
And I'm sure the viewers would want to see the end result.
I know.
Before the show comes to an end. So what will we be preparing on the other side?
So on the other side, I want to do chili noodles. So our oily chili noodles. I'll be doing them here. But now, you see, something like noodles is something that you make once you know your other protein or other something is ready, almost ready, so that you don't have it. Because remember, that is kind of pasta. So what happens to pasta if you cook prior, they zinashikana, inakuwa ugali, and that is not what you'd want to have. So to avoid that, you cook it when almost everything is ready. But let me just do this, and then you can put the broccolis to start boiling, so that you have things going on at the same time.
All right.
So remember I added my cubes. I added my different flavored cubes.
So this you said will help to achieve the golden brown effect.
Yes, if you want the golden brown effect, that's okay. No pressure though.
If you don't like that, you can leave your onions as is.
Yeah, you can have them as white as, people are different. It's just like the way us Africans, we love very cooked meat.
Yeah.
But when you go to the Western side, they'll have either medium rare or rare. Okay. So we are all different.
Can I help with something as you do the broccoli?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me turn low the heat.
Okay.
So I'll put on this so that you have our broccolis ongoing.
So I have to cook like a chef, not the kawaida way I do it in my kitchen.
No pressure.
I have to use some sort of procedure.
Well.
Yeah, and I'm actually beginning to see what you were saying about the golden brown.
You see that?
Yeah.
It really brings it out so fast.
Okay.
So what I want to add here, remember, I'm using flavored salt, and I'm going to add aromat there. Let me just have this. Thank you.
So there goes the aromat.
There goes the aromat. And then I want to add my broccoli.
Let's not forget this.
Sorry, the heat is low. I'm a bit short, please mind me not.
So this can be served just as a regular meal, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about the nutritional value, even as we prepare this.
Nutritional value for turkey?
Like for this. Is it like how you've managed to balance it out? Okay,
so every meal should have a well-balanced diet. You need to take proteins, you need to have your veggies, and you need to have your starch. So you see this meal is already balanced because we have all that in play. Let me just add this.
That's the onion?
No,
the tomato.
The tomato.
See my life.
Sorry. It's okay.
And the pilipili hoho, the red one and the yellow one.
Yes. Lakini wale wanasumbuliwa na masomo, we will call it bell pepper. We'll call it capsicum.
So you have to use the big words.
Well, why not?
Ndio mtu akienda sokoni, you don't even get them. Kumbe, you just know them.
So much confusion because you come and you'll tell you guacamole, and guacamole is just avocado. So
yeah, looks really nice. I can actually just eat it like that.
Really? Yeah, you can.
Really nice, but yeah, I know there is still a long process.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So this is getting ready. I just want to put a little water so that I don't have it sticking down to the bottom.
Okay.
So So you just let it cook a little bit. Remember, my broccoli is ongoing and the turkey is also ongoing. I'll just open this to check how far we are with this. Again, don't mind my height.
Remember, we put the tenderizer just to make it
Yes, we put the tenderizer
soft.
to make it soft.
Yeah.
So it's not far from being almost ready. I just reduced my heat, but I can add it again so that this cooks a little bit faster. So again, there's also no pressure in having your tomatoes cook well to the point they are very, very gravied. There's no pressure. You can just have it crunchy because already you see you have bell peppers in there, and bell peppers sipo zikiva sana, unataka pia zikai crunchy kidogo. So I'll go in with my spices.
Plus, also to preserve the nutrients.
Yes.
You don't need to overcook.
Yes. Talking about nutrients, reasons as to why I'd put salt to the broccoli was to maintain the green coloring matter in it, which is the chlorophyll. So you need it green. If you don't put salt, what happens?
They become brown. Oh, so you just add a pinch of salt in the water that you use to boil the broccoli?
And then it maintains its color.
All right.
So I'm going to go in with all my spices together. I'd mentioned the spices I'm having, so I'll just put them into. And then also on spices, don't put so much, because all the spices, most of them are very salted. So if you put in too much, what happens?
Too salty. It's a meal that looks so nice,
yes, but very salty. So you won't even enjoy it.
So it depends with how much you like.
Yes.
Your taste and preferences.
Oh,
as well.
yes.
Great.
But you know that people also love salt. My brother is that one person who will cook, but he'll still add salt. He'll be like, you're feeling it salty, but
then there are those people who can't eat, they say raw salt.
Oh, yeah. It has to cook.
It has to
different.
It has to really boil with the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay.
It looks really nice.
So I'm loving the color. I'm going to add my tomato paste.
So you said as you get experienced, you can just measure these things with your...
Oh, yes.
With your
but for
approximations.
So, one thing about tomatoes, you know, tomatoes are a bit sour. If you put too much, you'll have a very sour food. And then plus tomato paste, which is nyanya mesiagwa too. So you put kidogo, usieke mingi. Alafu pia it depends with what's the quantity of what you're making. Yeah, the quantity of what you're making is going to determine how much you're going to use. So in this case, I used 2 tomatoes and 2 tablespoons of
tomato paste. I'm a tomato.
Well, when you went to school, it's okay. So after adding that, I want to add soy sauce. Also for soy sauce, don't put too much.
Just a little.
Just a little is enough. You want it for color, so.
But all this is optional at some point.
Yes, they are.
If somebody is not very keen on anything, they can skip it.
Yes, you
depending on how you like it.
Yeah. So remember, this is creamy. Do you know what I want to do? I want to add a little bit of cheese, so that as creamy as it is, we'll have that cheese pull. You know. Yeah. So I'll just do a little bit of cheese.
Okay.
So once you do that, you keep tossing and turning.
So that it doesn't burn.
And then I'll reduce the heat a little bit. I'm trying to reduce my heat all over. Which is okay.
Makes it faster.
Yeah.
You know, there are people who are used to cooking one meal at a time. So this one, angeanza na hii, maliza. Then go to the other one.
I feel it's a lot of wastage of time because I want everything to get ready and done so fast.
At the same time.
To 7 time. So this is ready. Now what I'm going to do, I'll put that off and let it simmer. Ukifunika, itaivisha the bell peppers. So you don't, because the steam is going to cook it more. So sifunike, just let it be. I want to shallow fry this.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just put it here.
Oh, 10 minutes and it looks cooked.
Also learn to save on your heat.
So if you don't want to like shallow fry, is there like a way you can serve it different?
Yes, you can just put it the way it is because it's already boiled. You can put it to that.
Okay.
Yeah, but now for me, color matters when it comes to food. So I want this golden brown.
Okay.
Yes, and then remember this is very good stock. You don't pour out. You can add to this when you're cooking, or you can keep it for next cook.
For some,
but don't pour it out. You try saving much in the kitchen, so you don't pour the stock out because it's very good stock. So I just want my oil to cook a bit, and then I'll bring this to the oil to fry. Okay. Before that gets to happen,
so the broccoli, do you like approximate how long you want it to be on the fire for it not to overcook? Or
the broccoli, just 5 minutes is
5
enough.
minutes. Okay.
Yeah, 5 minutes, and then don't put a lot of water. As with water, don't put a lot of water.
Should I say ama tuachie hapo ya maneno ya water?
We love them that way.
Tuachie hapo, eh?
Yeah. So don't put a lot of water.
You know, he knows which direction we are about to go when it comes to
well, we love them that way.
ya dhufu, but
I know. Even this one,
wacha tucheze chini.
Mbona
maji haijatosha? Tutaongeza maji. We are going to add water.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just trying to strain off my turkey from the stock. I don't want to put it kwa mafuta with all that water. What happens? It will kind of spill out to you, and you need to work on safety also in the kitchen. So I'm just trying to want it to drain off.
Okay. Just to remind you, is it turkey in creamed gravy?
Yes,
that's the meal.
Creamed gravy. Very irresistible.
You have to come up with these interesting names for these meals.
Imagine, there's no one who sat down and said, this is the
name, this is it. But next time you're having people over, you create some nice...
Oh, yeah.
Some nice name for what you're serving.
Well, cooking is creativity, so why not?
Yeah, I've actually noticed it's actually an art.
It's an art
and you have to be passionate about it as well.
Very passionate, very passionate. I come from a home where we have a lot of cooks. And everyone is passionate about cooking, starting with my grandma. I talk a lot about my grandma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there are people who you compete, like who is...
So what I tell them is, they know how to cook, so they are cooks, but I went to school for this.
Let me be careful with my face.
Oh, yes, sorry. So I'm just adding to the oil my pieces of turkey so that they begin to fry.
So you have like a lot of trained chefs in your family?
Oops, sorry. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Not trained,
but talented.
Those who especially fundisha kutoka huku.
They are trained. Natural training.
Oh, yes, natural training. You know, my grandma didn't care you're a girl, you're a man.
Yeah.
We all cook.
You go to the kitchen.
Yeah, so every person who was raised by granny, they know how to cook. Yeah.
Which is good.
Something else, you don't want it crowded. It depends on the kind of pan you're using. So this one is slightly bigger, so I can add some a little bit more, but let me leave it at that. You don't want it crowded because, what is it you're doing? You know?
So you just put it in small portions.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The oil was ready. I see it was brown ready. Very fast.
It was over ready.
Yeah. Okay.
So my dovetailing has come to an end with this one. I need to open it so that the steam doesn't make it the sun up here. Yeah, so I'll just let it cool as we work on this, and then we'll make the cream for it. Alternatively, we can do it at the same time, but let me just do this first, so that I can be able to have space.
Okay.
Do you love cooking? Do you love eating?
If you're a woman in Africa, do you have an option of loving to cook? You have to love to cook. It's like a must thing. It is a must, but it gets better if you love cooking.
Yeah.
It's one thing to cook. It's another to love to cook. I have a friend of mine who's
very good in giving you stories as you cook.
Ah.
Very good. I know she's
I think I love both.
Very good at giving you stories. Lakini umepika.
I love both.
You
I love cooking. I love eating.
Nice.
There's one that I love more than the other. But
oh, which is the last one?
Of course, who doesn't love? Yeah, and it's nice if you eat a meal that has been prepared by somebody who knows how to cook. It's usually, I find it tastes better if somebody else has prepared it as opposed to if I have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I don't eat when I cook something, I will not enjoy it as I would have enjoyed it when someone cooks. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But pia, it depends. Imepikwa aje.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody who knows how to
eat chapatis apart from when her sister, her follower, cooks, or my grandma, or her herself. So there are those kinds of people who lazima ni mtu fulani amepika, you know.
Okay, so can we start with the cream, or it would be too overwhelming?
I want to use this pan for the cream.
Okay.
So that's why I'm holding a bit on that.
I'm actually waiting for the eating part.
Clearly.
Yes.
I can see you. The salivation
looks really nice. Yeah, I'm a very patient human being.
You are.
Today you've tested my patience. Yeah?
Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, so it's just a light, you don't have to like deep fry it for long.
No.
Just to turn the color.
You're doing too much to eat because hautaki skin yake ianze kupil, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you'll be doing too much to eat, don't do that.
Acha tusonge mbali.
While it's misbehaving.
It is starting to misbehave. But it shall behave. We shall make sure it behaves.
May it behave.
We have to eat you today. That is nice.
Behaving or not.
Okay.
So let this fry also. And then we'll also add it to the ready cream. And then what I'll want to do, I'd want to come in with a little bit of the cooking cream, a little bit of milk, and a little bit of coconut. Me, I love coconut. But there are those people who don't love coconut. So it's optional. Most of my meals, you find coconut in slip in either desiccated or powdered or the cream. Okay. Either way.
Do you have like that secret recipe that, you know, there are people who, there's that thing you put, you don't tell people, but it's...
I don't tell people. You might try to outdo me. Hell no.
People just ask you, uliongeza nini? And you're never saying, you
eat, just enjoy. You want more, just come.
So you have that as well. I see coconut, it's something else.
That, I know. We all have that.
Yeah, your secret hack in the kitchen.
But my mom is a good one because she'll tell you. She'll tell you what made her food nice.
Ah, okay.
I am that other person.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't say, I don't want to find you with that.
You want to be the best.
Yeah. Well, we all want to be the best. So this is also working out really fast.
So you've done this for 12 years. Tell me a bit more about why you love doing what you do.
Well, I'd mentioned I was brought up in a family where cooking was ile lazima, you know. So it begins from my grandmama. She taught me how to cook. And then my mom's sisters and my mom, they also loved cooking. Even my uncle is a very good chef. Let me call him chef because ile yake inakuja class, you know.
It's on another level.
Yeah, it's on another level. So I come from where people really loved cooking. And now I remember after my 4th form, my dad was like, you know, even during high school, I struggled a bit with wanting to do French and home science. But my dad is like, you've been cooking since childhood. Why do you want to start struggling with French, something umanza kusoma high school, you know? So my dad encouraged me to take home science. I took home science, and then after that, me and my love of language, I wanted to do what you're doing right now. But then again, Dad said, please,
just do what you do best.
Do what you do best.
Okay.
Sasa ingekuwa nang'ang'ana hapo umesimama.
Sasa ungekuwa ni mimi. Hata by then, you know, it would be me on the other side. Do you know, it would be me on the other side displaying this mastery of...
But so yeah, I didn't get to do media. I ended up doing what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
And so for that reason, I look at my papa and say, thank you.
Thank you.
Because he led me to this.
Yeah.
I didn't, back then I didn't realize it's something I I would have done nicely or better or even to this level. But right now I sit and say, where is it?
Okay, ulisaidia kidogo.
Yeah.
Making amazing meals.
Kuna wale wazazi watakulazimisha to do something and you don't
I'm sure you have like very regular visitors.
Unasema, they know. They are here. You'll see them in the comments. They are here.
Great.
Well, I love hosting. Also, I come from where my grandma used to host, even to date. In her 80s, she's still a very good host. So I love hosting people. So anyone who comes to my house, even if you find me broke, utatoka bila uji.
Lazima. Na ni ile uji ya chef. Unajua kuna uji na kuna uji ya chef.
What's the difference? Ni ile unga tu.
It's true. Kuna uji na kuna uji imepikwa na ule mtu ameenda shule.
Okay.
Uji imeenda shule. That's what they call it.
Hey, okay, yeah.
Even food. There is food. And food that has been prepared with love. Yeah, mtu alifurahia akiwa jikoni. There are people who are forced to go to the kitchen and they will do wonders.
I know. I have such. I know such.
Okay, great.
So I let this cool it a little bit so that I may be able to turn it over to reduce the heat to be able to do cream for this.
All right.
So remember I'd said I wanted to add a little bit of cooking cream, a little bit of milk, and a little bit of coconut oil. So I'll just put on the heat kidogo.
So that's the cooking cream?
Yeah, so this is the cooking cream. I'm not going to put a lot of it.
Just a little.
Just a little. You don't need too much. Watu wanaonanga ukiweka nyanya 10 ndio chakula inakuwa tamu. No, say it so.
Na spices mingi pia sio utamu wa chakula.
It's not.
That's true, right?
It's not. It's just too much. And then also health issues.
It's not advisable.
Not advisable.
That's the coconut cream. Eh?
So this is the coconut cream.
Okay. Remember the fire is on now.
The fire is on, yes. So we'll just toast this so that it mixes well.
Yummy.
Yeah.
I hope there are people watu wanakula tu kwa macho. I am so glad I'm on this other side.
On this other side. Well, who is God not to bring it to this other side?
See God, know how to pray.
Unaomba ukiangalia wapi?
Unaomba, unajua sisi wote tunaomba, but it depends.
Which yeah. Is that thing true? Why do people ask each other that?
I think God is a fair God.
Yeah,
so
he is.
It doesn't really matter.
Very fair.
I can't explain why you are on the other side and I'm on this side. I'll be testing and you'll be testing with your eyes. So
that's
not my fault anyway.
Other side that you're not. So
okay, looks really delicious.
Remember again, sumptuous. I did not want it to just cook so much. So what I'll do, I'll throw in a little more basil.
Okay.
Yep. Those are herbs. A little more.
So you just put them as is. You don't get to like.
You don't cut
them.
You remember I was telling you when you cut them, they turn brown.
Oh, okay.
Hey, utaki chakula iko na brown. Just let it be.
Unless ni kitungu golden brown. That's the only brown we accept.
Kaput.
Looks really nice.
We are done. So this is ready.
This is ready.
This is ready. I want to work on the broccolis. So what I'm gonna do, I'm also gonna strain them.
Remember, they were boiled for approximately 5 minutes in salty water. What did we add? What else?
We just added
salt and...
No, flavored salt, aromat.
Aromat.
So you see what I was trying to say? They don't turn green when you put salt.
As green as you bought them.
Yep. Which is very safe to have.
So next time you boil your broccoli and you see them, ask yourself, where did I go wrong? Have you ever tried making a meal and then you saw it looks nice, but when you present yours,
I started baking.
You're so humble because what you have brought before people
is different.
Just show us what you're doing.
Sorry. I'm trying to strain the water from
just lift it
the broccoli so that we get a place to fry it.
Because you will be frying it. You don't want the water to be jumping all over the oil and everything.
And also, at this point of time, you don't need the water anymore.
Okay. So
I love water. And a lot of times in the kitchen, I'm always with water. So if you see me with water,
and I've noticed you cook as you clean.
Yes, that's also another very good hack.
Yeah.
If you don't want to have, so if you don't want to have that hassle of, I have to wash the dishes. So as you cook, you clean. As you cook, you clean. It makes it so easy for you that by the time you're done cleaning, your sink is so clean. Yeah.
Okay. There are people who, when you send them to the kitchen, by the time they're done, tafikiria kama ni tsunami.
So I'm just trying to drain.
So you use the same oil?
You can use the same oil. I just want to use the same pan for that matter. So I'm trying to drain the oil. So if you use the same oil, you're going to give this tastier. Kuna times you just want the taste of the broccoli without any other thing having to be like an additive to it.
I hope we'll get to see the final product. We are trying. We are trying. We'll make sure you see how we are going to present it for your next meal. Give you ideas on what you can prepare.
So then again, I'm just going to come in with a little oil. Don't do this. If you're learning,
only experts can do. Only people with 12 years experience.
Wow, 12 years. Well,
can do that.
I get away with that.
Okay.
So let the oil iive kidogo before we add onions again. And then with that, we want to add a little butter. Kumbuka niweka mafuta. So when I put a lot of butter, it will be very oily. And that's not what we want. So I'll just add a little butter to it. And then I'll add my onions.
Okay. So this is like the vegetables now. We have the proteins, the veggies now.
Yep.
We're working on the veggies.
Working on the veggies.
And then the starch.
Yeah. Starch make it ricey. One time too, and we
maybe why did you decide to do it later? The noodles.
Oh yeah. Noodles is like, it's a class of pasta. Ukipika pasta mapema before your food is ready, what happens? Inashikana.
Inakuwa ugali.
Inakuwa ugali. Ushipika spuds and then you're serving.
Si mimi lakini friend yangu.
Me have done it. I get that. So unapata imeshikana, you can't wezi serve with the like a spoon like this. Uchote it comes out like a string, a string each. So you just make it later. When it's ready, when your other meals are ready to be served.
Yeah. What about rice? Even as you continue to do that, rice kukua ugali, there are many people who are victims.
Were you taught this thing of ukieka vikombe mbili unaweka vikombe ine?
Yes.
Well, with rice, what I learned in school is, if let me say it's a level of this. For the camera, if your rice inafika hapa, the water should be slightly above it.
Ah, okay.
Slightly above it. And then your heat will help you out. If your heat is too high, kumbuke maji itakauka haraka. So you need your heat medium low, so that even as it cooks, maji inapikika pole pole, and the rice also cooks. So by the time that water is complete, your rice is good to go. And not pamoja moja. Kuna wale wana prefer kupika na oven.
Yeah.
Still okay.
I mean, usiserve rice hapo inakaa mtu anauliza na rice iko wapi? I thought you were serving us rice. You've decided to cook ugali again. Ugali that has salt.
I did that in home science in Form 3. My teacher was like, what have you just made? I know, so I know what you're talking about. So what I'm adding is white pepper and black pepper. And then I'm going to fry it a little bit.
Nice.
Just a little bit. And then remember I'd put salt, so I don't need to go in with salt again. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my cubes. So these are cubes of different flavors. Kumbuka cubes pia zina salt. So anytime you're adding anything to your food, just remember the amount of what did I put and so that it guides you to know how much do I need to add.
That could be the problem sometimes, yeah? Mtu anashangaa, why is it too salty?
Yeah. And then
some
we also
spices have salt already.
We also have this African thing of as you cook, taste.
Yeah.
So where I went to school, I did NEC exams, and NEC trusts you from Primo to Seco to, you go to college, you still do NEC. It's a very hard exam. So we had these teachers who were like, anytime you do that, they deduct marks from you. So I learned to cook without tasting.
Okay.
So I know by the time my food is ready, the salt is intact in good quantity, and everything else, even the spices, are very well.
Yeah, that's a nice hack. Because people can taste until there's nothing to serve.
If you know how to measure, you'll not go wrong, you'll not have to. Unaona ile nyama kilo moja na kujanga ikiwa nusu kwa meza.
Yeah, na watu wanaonja hadi hakuna kitu wanaleta. Because you've been tasting to confirm whether it's okay. Kumbe you are just eating.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the cream.
So this is the cooking cream.
Ah, okay.
I'm adding the cooking cream. So I'll just turn my heat low.
Milk?
I'll put some milk. Yeah, don't put too much. You don't want to exaggerate. Utaki broccoli yani kijipika tena kwa too much fluid. And then I'll add my coconut milk.
Okay. So maybe for the sake of our viewers, we can start with the noodles.
Yes.
Or it will be a bit...
Just a minute.
Okay.
Just a minute. So I'll put kidogo soy sauce for color. So you see it's becoming thick. As it becomes
creamy.
Thick, you don't want it to become thick mpaka inaanza kuform lumps. So that is the point. You just put in your brocks.
Okay.
And then you toast and turn.
So at this point you don't have
Someone
to
could be wondering, can I add some of the creams? Yes, you can. There's no danger in adding cream. Yes, you can. Just depends on how creamy do you want it, you know. But I'd say jusitaki ikaini kama iko na supu, you know, don't put too much. Inaende kijipika tena kwa hiyo supu. Yeah.
Okay.
So there we have our broccoli.
Good. So we go to the final stage.
I'm trying to think, okay. I think I'll have to use this other cooking pot.
Let me just help you with this.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we promised that we are going to make you see the final one. And we're trying.
Please
before
keep
we
trying.
wind up.
Tire not.
We are trying to make sure you see everything before we close this down. So we are in the final stage where we are preparing the starch. I've turned into a chef now.
Please. It's okay. Miss Sawa.
But I can't match your skills.
Really?
I bet you've just decided to be nice today. If you decided to do those things you do with the fire and...
I know. Unajua inakwanga show off.
See show off. Come on.
Show off. Somebody did that to me during my training. I'm like, is this what I'm getting myself into?
I was wondering, when am I going to see that as we were doing this? Sioni ukifanya moto ifanye ile maneno.
Happy. Let's just stop.
See overdo.
Bede ni overdo. So now, okay. I'm boiling water for the noodles. So do not put anything pasta in cold water. You need it a little bit warm. So if you do cold water, what happens again, like I was saying, what happens with when you cook it earlier than required.
It will
inashikana. So just let your water be warm.
What's like the professional word dear, kushikana? I want to go and shine somewhere.
Where? I'm thinking.
Bado hiyo researchers wanatafuta.
Nitakutext. I'll text you.
Yeah. So we have peanuts as well. This goes into...
so all that now goes into the chili, oily noodles.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just...
Does it have to be chili or it's...
It doesn't have to be chili, but now...
It depends on what you like. Okay.
Unaona hii kukuwa na majina zingine mingi una confuse mtu.
Oh, so just to make it sound nice?
Yeah.
It's chili.
Yeah. Not like I really cook with chili myself because of my kids.
Oh, okay.
But...
one can skip if they don't like.
I don't cook with chili. You cannot put chili with kids. So those who don't love chili, you can go without. Those who love chili, please do your thing. The fact that it's named chili, chili oily, doesn't mean you put also a lot of oil to it. So, yeah, my water is a bit warm. I'm going to add the seasoning.
Oh, too bad we're running out of time for this, but we're just in the last stages. We hope to do everything
in the next few
minutes.
Yep.
But it's actually taken quite some short time. A meal that you can prepare within just 1 hour and you're good to go.
So I'll just drop my noodles in there. And then I want to put my, finally, my dry thyme and then powdered coconut plus.
Okay. Wow, amazing. You know, when I was seeing all this, I was wondering, where is all this going to go? But now I can't even see anything.
Well, everything has gone somewhere.
Everything has gone somewhere where they should. And I hope they will taste as good as they look right now.
They will. So I'm praying.
It's that time when we want to show you.
We want a plate.
My job begins right now.
Nice one. I see.
My job starts right now.
I see what you're saying.
Let's make this kitchen look a bit organized.
Okay.
Not those kitchens where you can't allow visitors to go. Because you know what you did.
You know what happens there.
You know what you did there. Okay.
So this is for us to plate.
So the noodles just for a few minutes and then you're good to go.
For a few minutes.
Not 1 hour. Sio githeri.
No. Ila kwa magadi ndio haraka. No, it's not.
Yeah. There are people who are already asking, ugali iko wapi? Ugali iko wapi?
Who said starch has to be ugali? People.
They are waiting for that part.
Who said starch has to be ugali?
Ugali iko wapi? We didn't see that. So we can start with the serving?
Yeah, we can start with serving. I'm just hearing this sizzling over here. I want to make sure
it's well cooked.
Yep. So we can start by serving our
turkey.
Our turkey. Are you gonna taste this?
Sorry. It happens. It happens.
Sorry, people.
Let me see what to do.
Sorry.
Don't worry. Technical hitch. We apologize.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a technical hitch. Now, you're asking whether I'm going to taste.
That's not a question to ask.
That's an answer.
I'm sorry. Why did I?
Why are you asking an answer?
Ask?
Good. So the veggies go in there.
The veggies go in there, yes. And then we work on
the starch. Balanced diet.
Very much balanced, I tell you.
Then you can ongeza hapo a cold drink if you want.
What cold drink?
Not what you're
What
thinking.
cold drink? What?
Not that one.
How
Not
do you
that
know
cold
what I'm
drink.
thinking? Okay, cold could be water.
Yeah, actually
I
that
was
is.
just asking to confirm. Well,
Okay.
our noodles are somewhere in the next 2
minutes.
They'll be good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we can serve, we can plate and have our meal ready. I'm trying to get you some cutleries.
And my job begins right now. Should I go ahead or wait?
I see you.
Wacha nikuwe mpole. By the way, you've really tested my patience. Najishikilia.
Itabidi maintain.
Najishikilia sana.
Aki pole.
Ah, great.
So remember, this is that misbehaves because we didn't cut it. So
Hapa unaweza hata jaribu your skills with chopsticks.
I know.
If you're good with chopsticks.
Because I don't want it to spill all over. Let me just do this.
Great. They say voila.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, Chef. So this is what we call?
That is what we called the creamy gravied turkey with creamed broccolis and oily chilled noodles.
Well, that's a long
I hope
name.
you eat
The only
chili.
thing I'll remember is how it tastes.
Well, you better.
That's the only thing I'll remember. And this is the best part of the show. Acha nijifanye kwa niaba yenu that I eat nakula pieces kidogo, but that's not the real me.
That's the real you. Okay, we now know. It's nice? Okay. Thank you in advance.
That's how we want to wrap this up because I want to get busy to finish this up. Thank you so much, Chef.
You're welcome.
Winding up while chewing. The very first time I'm doing this on national TV. Maybe a final word to our viewers as we close this up.
Well, once again, my name is Ursula Bakhita from Ursula's Essence. We are caterers, bakers, and event organizers. You can reach us on Instagram at Ursula's Essence. You can reach me on Facebook at Ursula Bakhita. You can reach me on, can I give you a number?
No, Facebook is okay. Thank you.
That's okay.
Thank you. Thank
All
you
right,
so
you
much.
can find me on those other social platforms.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Okay.
We appreciate you creating time for us this
you.
morning. And we also hope that you've learned something. Yeah. Now you know how you're going to make your skills, and you showcase your skills next time you're making a meal. That is what we're preparing for you today. I was standing in for Willis Raburu. My name is Safina Chengoma. I've really enjoyed doing this. Have a lovely day and enjoy the rest of your viewing.